Welcome back to Advice from a CEO. As I've shared in my prior videos, I've been a CEO of a company that did mid-nine figures as their annual revenue, hundreds and hundreds of employees. And if you're wondering, Bill, why do you have sunglasses on? Because I have some stitches in my eye and I didn't want you to lose whatever meal was sitting in your stomach. Finance, let's talk about it. As an owner of multiple businesses, I always made sure to participate in the 401k, max it out, and save money. And so I'm part of a couple of organizations that have a bunch of CEOs, and you'll always hear a comment along the lines of, well, all of my net worth is tied up in the business. Like if I honestly had $1 every time I've heard that, all my net worth is tied up in the business. I don't believe in it. You know, ask all the employees at Enron, and if you don't know what Enron is, go look it up. I would never, ever do that. You're one black swan event from being ruined. I haven't been perfect at this, but I would highly recommend, if you're an equity holder in a business, save as much as you can. And I always consider that my safe money, meaning that if it's in a 401k, last time I looked, I don't know if this is old information, so you're going to have to fact check this, but last time I looked, under the bankruptcy code, if you file bankruptcy, you get to keep the first $1 million in your 401k. That's one brief example. So, you know, typically, if you're a smaller sized business, you're gonna have personal guarantees out there. I've had personal guarantees for the business's rent, cars, for sure, any traditional lines of credit from a bank. I'm trying to think what else I personally guaranteed. But it's pretty normal that everybody will ask for it. And so what that means, of course, is that if the business goes under, it's pretty much going to take you down. And that's why they want your personal guarantee. And so because of that, I've always made sure that I understood what can I keep, assuming it went really bad. So can't recommend it enough. An IRA, a Roth IRA, 401k, save. And then with that, as a business owner, I've been a business owner for the past 15 years. I always had cash for an emergency fund. I've gone through plenty of times in the business. I don't know, 15 years probably has happened 4 or 5 times where I was unable to take a paycheck. And I did that because I didn't want to fire anybody. I didn't want to cut my payroll costs. I thought it was a temporary blimp, so I kept the expense structure in place, and I just didn't take a paycheck. And so because I had an emergency fund, I seriously doubt anybody knew other than the accounting staff at the company. Insurance policies, depending on what your partnership is like, your capital, who are all the equity holders, I would highly recommend getting a term life insurance, specifically a key man or a key woman. The reason for that is in the event that you were to pass away, so if you have 2 partners that own a business, let's say they have EBITDA of $5 million. So you have 2 partners, each own 50-50, the business is spinning off $5 million. If you're unfamiliar with the term, EBITDA, it's earnings before interest, taxes, depreciation, and amortization. So at a $5 million EBITDA, typically that would trade at 5 times, so you got a business worth $25 million. So out of the $25 million, each of you have a value of $12.5 million. If one of you dies, $12.5 million to leverage onto the business, because you have to go get a loan. Maybe the estate of the individual that passed away is going to do a seller note. $12.5 million I mean, geez, you put that out over, you're going to have a minimum interest rate that the IRS puts out every year. So let's say that's 5%. I'm making a lot of this math up, even though I know I'm directionally accurate. But at 5%, 12 million over 15 years, I don't know, you're probably going to be at like 1.2, 1.3, 1.4, somewhere in there annually that you're going to have to come up with the business. I mean, that is not easy to do. One, because it's unexpected. Two, you're really taking away the cash from the business and being able to invest it back and then grow. Because that's the key, right? The key is to stay in business. So if you own a business with more than one partner, I would highly recommend getting term life insurance to protect yourself. This is the surviving equity holder in the event that something were to happen, so you can have the business continue without taking such a huge hit. Like, subscribe, throw in a comment. You want me to go deeper in any of that, I'd be happy to. Take care of yourself. We'll see you.